Hi there and welcome to this video. My name is Dr. Tom Carroll, and in this video I'm going to explain to you whether technology is going to take our jobs. So the title of the video is Will Technology Take Our Jobs? Technologies such as artificial intelligence, robots, all the new technologies of today, and how is that going to impact on our jobs? Now this is part one of a two-part lecture, and it's part of a course called Future Skills Preparing for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And I've put a link to the full course below this video, an enroll link. So if you click that link, you'll be taken to the main course for more information. And I do hope you do enroll. But in the meantime, enjoy this lecture. And I look forward to perhaps seeing you on the full course. Thanks very much. Thank you. So welcome to this lecture. We're going to look at will robots, artificial intelligence and new technologies take our jobs? And that is an important question to answer. So will you be replaced by a robot or an algorithm in the near future? Or will you lose your job due to technology? Now in this lecture, we're going to be looking at how the workplace will change over the coming decades. And by the end of this lecture, you will have an idea of how careers will be impacted by new technologies such as robotics and developments in artificial intelligence. According to a report by PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, Workforce of the Future, the Competing Forces Shaping 2030, we are living through a fundamental transformation in the way we work. Automation and thinking machines are replacing human tasks and jobs and changing the skills that organizations are looking for in people. Well, they don't mince their words. Change is coming, and many of the roles, skills and job titles of tomorrow are unknown to us today. As we have seen, the same is true of the past 10 years. Look at some of the job titles we have today. Job titles like social media manager, search engine optimization specialist, SEO specialist, app designer, app developer, cloud services specialist, etc. A lot of jobs that we have never heard of before. And 1/3 of new jobs created in the United States in the past 25 years were types that did not exist or barely existed. So go ahead 10 years to 2029 or 2030. Will there be new jobs that we've never heard of? And the answer is a definite yes. You or I or a family member or friend could be working a job that nobody has heard of today. How about flying car service engineer? Or some others that I've seen, for example, body part maker, nanomechanic, vertical farmer, old age wellness manager, consultant specialists in climate change, reversal, space pilots, architects and tour guides. Or think of your own possible job of the future, thinking of the new technologies we have seen in this course so far. So we live in a world of disruption, and every day it is only becoming more so. So a report by the World Economic Forum, The Future of Jobs 2018, states that by 2022, which is only a few years away as I record this video, no less than 54% of all employees will require significant reskilling and upskilling. And that is quite shocking. That's 54% of all employees will require reskilling and upskilling. Now, according to a report by McKinsey, the American management consulting firm, up to 375 million workers, which is 14% of the global workforce, may need to change their occupational category by 2030. And digital work could contribute 2.7 trillion to global GDP by 2025. Now let's take a look at the retail sector and technology. As I'm preparing this lecture at the end of 2018, an example of a sector coming under big pressure was retailing. Now people are doing more and more of their shopping online, and traditional retailers are losing market share. Companies like Amazon and Alibaba are growing and using technologies such as robotics and artificial intelligence. Take Amazon. It was only founded in July 1994. It has become the world's second $1 trillion company by valuation, following hot on the heels of Apple. Now its founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, has a net worth of between $163 billion and $167 billion. And up to 85,000 retail jobs disappeared from Britain's high streets in the first 9 months of 2018. Online fashion website ASOS, founded in 2000, overtook Marks and Spencer's, which was founded in 1884, in market value terms for the first time, despite not having a single store to its name. And that's ASOS. It's all done online compared to Marks and Spencer's, which has actual stores. So the comparison with the automotive industry comes because the electric car maker Tesla was founded in 2003, and it moved ahead of the 114-year-old Ford Motor Company in market value in 2018. Now, another innovation in retailing is Amazon Go. And using an app, you can go into a store and pick what you want from the shelves and simply go. There are no checkouts and checkout cashiers. So Amazon uses the same types of technologies used in self-driving cars. Things like computer vision, sensor fusion, and deep learning. It can tell what you've taken from the shelves. When you leave the store, you are sent a receipt and the charges. And there are now Amazon stores in Seattle, Chicago, and San Francisco in the USA. Amazon Go shows the potential for a new kind of shopping experience, but what does this mean for the estimated 3.4 million cashiers in the USA alone, and elsewhere, of course, around the world? So have a look at the Amazon Go video, and you can see a link to that in the resources section. Now, these are examples of the very real changes and disruption to one sector brought about by new technologies available today. Now let's look at some more research studies. A study by McKinsey Global Institute called Technology, Jobs and the Future of Work in 2017 found that about 60% of all jobs have at least 30% of activities that are technically automatable based on technologies available today. And of course, don't forget that that's an ever-evolving frontier. So what will that mean for those jobs? And what it means, of course, is change. Now, another study by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, found that about 14% of jobs in OECD countries are highly automatable. Another 32% of jobs could encounter substantial change in how they are carried out. In other words, 1 in 7 jobs may be lost to automation, and many others will change significantly. Again, what does this mean? It means change and disruption. Now, an analysis by my own government, the Irish government, in 2018 showed that over half of employment in the transportation and storage, agriculture, forestry and fishing, wholesale and retail and construction sectors are facing a risk of automation of 50% or higher. Now, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers, up to 30% of UK jobs could be impacted by automation by the 2030s. In Germany, potentially about 18 million jobs are at risk from digitization and automation. And that's in a DWTV documentary, and you can see the links to that in the resources in part 2 of this lecture. So the main point about all of this is that jobs will be disrupted, they will be changed or eliminated, or new jobs created. And the World Economic Forum, in their Future of Jobs report 2018, identify 4 specific technological advances: ubiquitous high-speed mobile internet, artificial intelligence, widespread adoption of big data analytics and cloud technology. These are set to dominate the 2018 to 22 period as drivers of change, positively affecting business growth. So I have a question for you. Is your job automatable? And I want you to reflect on these 2 questions. How much of your job is frequent, repeatable, high-volume tasks? And industries where large numbers of workers are engaged in relatively routine tasks are likely to see more automation. Occupations with the highest risk of automation are generally low skilled, such as food preparation assistants, cleaners and helpers, labourers in mining, construction, manufacturing and transport. For example, manufacturing jobs are highly automatable. Remember back to our lecture on industrial robots. Since 2010, demand for industrial robots has accelerated, with sales increasing at 12% per year between 2011 and 2016. Now look at what is happening in China with the large investment in robotics. Under the Chinese government's Made in China 2025 Industrial Master Plan, the number of industrial robots operating in the country would expand tenfold to 1.8 million units by 2025. Take Tesla, the car maker. Their facilities in Silicon Valley are some of the most modern of car manufacturers in the world and are largely automated. Have a look at the video on how Tesla Model S is made, and it is fascinating to see how a modern factory works. Look at driving. Transport stands out as a sector with particularly high potential for automation in the longer run as driverless vehicles roll out at scale across economies. And this might come to maturity in the 2030s. Now, a report by Steve Viselli of UC Berkeley 2018 estimates that autonomous driving technology could replace some 294,000 American long-distance truck drivers over the next 25 years. However, the situation can be more nuanced, as other sectors of the same industry are less likely to be automated during the same period, such as local pickup and delivery and carriers using specialist equipment. Machines are getting better and better at other tasks as well. For example, grading essays and diagnosing diseases. You can code these tasks into software and the task can be executed by a computer. For example, in medicine, Dr. Watson, which is an IBM computer, can rapidly collect and combine enormous quantities of information. It has partially overtaken the diagnostic skills of its human colleagues, such as cancer diagnosis. In another example, financial services could be more exposed as algorithms outperform humans, such as an algorithm that judges the credit rating of bank customers. So it's not just factory workers, also white-collar jobs will be automated. Now, the second question I want you to ask yourself is, to what extent does your job tackle novel situations? If your job is full of new challenges, then you're likely to stay ahead of the machines. According to Frey and Osborne 2017, the following tasks are not easily automatable. A. Tasks related to perception and manipulation in unstructured and complex environments. B. Tasks related to creative intelligence, such as coming up with original ideas. C. Tasks requiring social intelligence, understanding people's reactions in a social context, or assisting or caring for people. These jobs require uniquely human characteristics such as empathy, creativity, judgment, or critical thinking. And jobs of this nature are unlikely to succumb to widespread automation. Occupations with the lowest risk of automation require professional training, such as teaching, management, and health professionals. For example, a psychologist and jobs like it, where you have to have the importance of social skills and the human touch. Therefore, the less automatable sectors also have higher average educational requirements. Now let's consider machine learning, which is a subfield of artificial intelligence, which has provided specific tools to utilize data generation to find rules and patterns through fields such as data mining and computation statistics. When it comes to disruption of work, machine learning is a powerful disruptor. Machine learning allows powerful predictions that incorporate a very large number of variables. The massive amounts of data available permits these developments in specification, which allows non-routine tasks to be turned into well-defined problems. The rules and patterns discovered through machine learning can be learned directly from the data, rather than explicitly specified by a human designer. Machine learning, however, is only useful where there are large volumes of past data.